Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot.
Great teachers in your pocket, excellent resources on the website. Learn Mandarin with Chinese Pod.
Hello and welcome once again to Chinese Pod. We're coming to you from Shanghai, China. We're bringing you lessons in spoken Mandarin, and my name is Ken Carroll.
Hi, I'm Jenny. Great to be back.
Yes, indeed, it's great to be here. Now, today's lesson is a newbie lesson. And let me just mention that we're getting some feedback that there are some first-time visitors coming to Chinese Pod who have never studied a word before. So
a big welcome.
A big welcome to them. Absolutely delighted to have you here. Chinese Pod is suited to you. There are in the archives, there are some absolute basic beginning lessons. And in the next week or so, we will get back to that absolute ABCs of Chinese.
Yeah.
We'll revisit that today. Now, today's lesson is also a newbie, but it is perhaps designed for people who know something and who've learned, taken 10, 20 lessons before. But still very, very basic stuff, and I think anybody could get anything, could get something from it. Okay, now the dialogue we're talking about today is uncomfortable.
Whoa.
Now, uncomfortable meaning in the sense of
physically you're
not feeling very well. So in Chinese, when you describe yourself, if you say I don't feel very well, you use the term
不舒服. 不舒服.
Good. Now, 不舒服 meaning literally means not comfortable. 舒服 means comfortable literally, but you use it metaphorically in the sense of
not
illness.
feeling well.
Okay. So with that, why don't we listen to the dialogue 3 times and then we'll come back and we'll break it down for you.
First time.
We often have people tell us things like,
I gave learning Mandarin a shot, but then I realized I really don't have enough time to commit to it.
folks who felt this way love Chinese Pod Recap. In as little as 90 seconds a day, you can refresh what you've learned so far while adding a bit of what's new to your daily learning. An innovative language learning tool to fit the busy, fast-paced lifestyle of today's professionals.
你看起来不舒服。
对，我胃不舒服，
怎么会？
因为我午饭吃的太多了。
Second time. 你看起来不舒服。
对，我胃不舒服，
怎么会？
因为我午饭吃的太多了。
Third time. 你看起来不舒服。
对，我胃不舒服，
怎么会？
因为我午饭吃的太多了。
Now, why don't we have a shot at translation here, Jenny?
你看起来不舒服。
You look uncomfortable.
你看起来不舒服。
You look uncomfortable.
你看起来不舒服。对，我胃不舒服。
Yes, I have an upset stomach.
对，我胃不舒服。
Yes, I have an upset stomach.
对，我胃不舒服。怎么会？
How come?
怎么会？
How come?
怎么会？因为我午饭吃的太多了。
Because I ate too much for lunch.
因为我 午饭吃的太多了。
Because I ate too much for lunch.
因为我午饭吃的太多了。
Okay, now this is interesting stuff here. Let's break it down in more detail. Now, as we said, the word uncomfortable is,
不舒服，
therefore, the word comfortable is.
舒服
Okay, so 不 meaning not, and 舒服 meaning
comfortable.
comfortable.
Yes, and with the pronunciation, I want to highlight that a lot of people actually pronounce 福 as the second tone, as
Yes.
you normally would.
Yes.
So 不舒服.
Okay.
However, you might have noticed that I said 不舒服
Yes,
in neutral tone.
neutral tone.
Yeah, that's the dictionary standard
Okay.
pronunciation. But whichever way you want to pronounce it, it's fine.
Okay, good. So let's have it again. So the word comfortable.
舒服
Now, and the tones normally there are the first tone and the second tone.
Yeah.
So one more time, please.
舒服
Good. Now, not comfortable.
不舒服 or 不舒服
Okay. Now, when you say to somebody, you look,
Yeah.
how do you say that?
你看起来你看起来
Now, in the sense that I observe something and
Yeah.
I see, I notice that.
You have the appearance of.
Exactly. So, one more time. You look.
你看起来
Now, in this case, you don't look very comfortable.
你看起来不舒服
Now, how about you want to change that to he doesn't look very comfortable?
他看起来不舒服他看起来不舒服
Good. Now, so B agrees and says,
对我胃不舒服
yes, my stomach is uncomfortable.
stomach 胃
Okay. And so when you say, oh, my stomach's upset.
我胃不舒服
Yeah. Now, 不舒服 again meaning uncomfortable, or in this
Yeah.
case, not feeling well. So I have an upset stomach.
我胃不舒服
Now, when you want to ask how come or what's the cause or why did this happen, you can say,
怎么会怎么会
now, 怎么 meaning essentially how.
Yeah.
And 会 as in how could this be or how could
Yes.
this happen? 怎么会? So one more time, please.
怎么会
So you want to learn traditional or simplified characters?
Can I just learn to speak Chinese? I really don't want to write or read. It's too much for me.
Are you one of the learners that told us early on that you just want to speak and listen to Chinese and you think Chinese characters are way too complicated? Then I really think you should check out our new introduction into how to read and write Chinese characters. It focuses on simple characters that you encounter in a Chinese language environment every day. In 11 entertaining episodes, we set out to convince you that Chinese characters are actually quite easy, and we hope that you will soon share our excitement. Visit 88 characters on www.chinesepod.com/88 and give it a try. Or search for the first episodes on the Chinese Pod channel on YouTube. It's as simplified as that.
Now, the reason why she feels uncomfortable is
因为我午饭吃的太多了
so 因为 because
and can I just say the same with 不舒服 a lot of people would pronounce 胃 as 胃 actually
Okay.
I do in daily conversation
Yes.
因为 but now we stick to the dictionary
Okay.
standard
因为
因为 yeah
There's been some controversy over this, I know.
Yes,
on the
and
discussion
yeah,
board.
just so you know,
Yeah.
pronunciations can be varied,
Oh,
and
okay.
they're all correct.
So again, because.
因为
Okay, now, I ate too much for lunch. How do you say lunch?
午饭 午饭
Now, fan meaning food or rice. Wu meaning midday.
midday, yes.
Midday. So, wu fan meaning midday rice or midday food. Lunch, in other words. Now, I had too much. How do we say too much?
太多了太多了 or 太多
Tai duo. Right. Duo meaning much or
Yeah.
many. And tai meaning too much. So, tai
Excessive.
duo means too
much.
Now, this is a really interesting construction. Let's look at the pattern here again. I ate too much for lunch.
我午饭吃的太多了
Now, the syntax here is a little bit different than in English because it says 我午饭 I lunch ate too much. So that's a very, very useful construction, and I suggest you practice it over because we'll see it used in other ways in Chinese. Generally speaking, it's subject, verb, object in Chinese, but sometimes you'll see a little variation on this. So let's hear that again, please, Jenny.
我午饭吃的太多了
So I ate too much for lunch.
Yeah.
And in the complete sentence, because I ate too much for lunch.
因为我午饭吃的太多了
Okay, great. Now, maybe we could listen to that dialogue one more time.
你看起来不舒服
对，我胃不舒服，
怎么会
因为我午饭吃的太多了。
Okay, good. Hope that was a useful lesson talking about if you don't feel particularly well, give you the keywords to express that. You can see all of this on ChinesePod.com. Of course, you can do the exercises and see this in other contexts and so on. But for now, from Chinese Pod, it's time for us to say
再见
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number 0130. So just go to www.chinesepod.com/0130 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0130.